One of the major challenges that companies faces or are facing right now is onboarding clients. I know we can agree that onboarding a new client sometimes can be quite dramatic in the sense that you send an invite to the client to sign up and then you need to follow up because you need to get some information from them. And sometimes it takes weeks before you even get a reply from them. And this can be quite disturbing because it wastes a lot of time and there are so many things that you need to do. So in this tutorial video, I'm showing you a very quick example. It's not going to be too much dramatic. It's not going to be complex, but very simple workflow where you can get a client on board and still at the same time reach out to them to retrieve whatever information you want for them in real time without you bothering it. The only time it gets back to your desk is if it's been too long after 3 repeated reminders and the client still hasn't returned the necessary documents, and that's where you need to do a human follow-up. So today we're talking about an onboarding of a law firm where we'll be sending the client an onboarding form which they will fill, and after that they will have their own unique personal link to upload their documents, and after they finished it will be created on Upside. I'm going to show you a quick example of how this will be done so you'll be able to have a better example, a better idea of how it is done. So let me show you a quick demo of what I'm talking about. I'll be using new app to show you what exactly I'm talking about. So let me show you. So the first thing we need to do is the form. You send them a form here, and after the form, I'm sharing the onboarding form which contain their names, their email, and all of that personal things. And then they create their personal link. That means after they finish filling the form, you give them a personal link which will contain their own email, but the email will remain hidden because we want it to be that when we are submitting it back, you can retrieve that same email so you can update their record on HubSpot. So after we finish creating a personal link, the next thing we want to do is create a contact for this on HubSpot, and create a new contact on HubSpot. And then we send them a welcome message. I'm going to show you how everything looks like so you have a better idea of how everything is. This is the workflow world, that is the onboarding form. Next thing we want to do, which is workflow 2, is the upload form. That is the upload where they are going to upload their documents. So we have the upload form. I'm going to show you an example of how that looks like. Um, this is the upload form. Then we get the document. After they uploaded it, we get the document, and then we save it to Google Drive. And after we finish saving the document, we now update that their contacts in HubSpot. So for the workflow today, we have the schedule, and then in every day, it's going to schedule. Then we get the information, we get all the information in HubSpot, all the contact information in HubSpot, and then we use the switch name. We are going to explain it for us so you have a better idea how that works. And then we switch it to know if we are sending the first reminder, the second reminder, the third reminder, or we are sending it directly to Slack. So after we send the three and they see no response, the fourth one will now send it to Slack to the team in Slack so they can call the client personally to find out what is wrong. And then the last one is to update it in HubSpot. So those are the three workflows that we're talking about today. And each of them is what will bring about the significant change and time consuming problem that we are going to solve at the moment. So um, based on who I've showed you today, this is not something complex at all. Something that is very easy. Like those as you can see, the three workflows are very short. They are not too complex, but they save a lot of time, especially for firms or companies that are onboarding clients. You get to track your clients' progress. Okay, I've just submitted a document. If you just submitted, okay, let's check today. We send the whole review to the client and makes it easier. They fill a form. After they finish filling the form, send them the welcome email with the link to upload the document. After upload the document, they create their record, update their record, all of these things, and then you are good to go. So you don't even need to be in charge of all these things, and yet the problem gets solved. So I'm going to show you how I built this in n8n, so you need to know how to do something similar to this. So let's get started on the automation.
Um, Let me show you. As you can see, we had three workflow in the introduction, and this is how it looks like on n8n. This is the first, second, and then the third. So we're going to start from the first one, which is the contact form, and then just to show you that I'm going to delete all the records so we don't have any record. Yeah, so we're going to start from scratch. So everything is going to be empty, and then our Google Sheet, which is where we are going to be putting it, everything is going to be empty too. And so yes, we are good to go. So the first thing we need to start from, like I said, we'll be taking it step by step. The first thing is going to be from the form, and then we'll take it once, then just like second workflow, and then the third workflow till we're done. So this shouldn't take that much time. So let's get started. So we're going to start from the form. To do that, this is how the form looks like. So we're going to start with this is the onboarding form. That is Franklin, Daniel, let's see, 7 there. And then we're going to choose criminal defense. And before we submit, since we have not published it on anything, so we need to execute workflow for this. Then we can now click on submit. Let's go back to that. Has run the workflow from beginning to the end, which I just wanted it to just be one. But anyways, that's as gone. As you can see, we'll be able to get all the information. So let's start from the beginning. We have our fill out, which was what we just filled. Um, I would have said, let me show you how I did it on Fill, but we don't really have that much time. I don't think that's really important because you can get the information from anywhere. It doesn't have to be form and be through chat. So the main thing is the information is being gotten. So and also fill out is not the community note, so you need to install it before you use it. So we have our name, first name Franklin, last name Daniel. These were all the information we got from the four of them, the five, yeah, five. From the five information we got from the form. And then the next thing we need to do is edit field. Like I said, we need to make the form, the link to be personalized. So that means each link needs to be personalized. And how do we do that? First of all, the um, the link for the upload, that means the upload form. You know, there are two different forms. We have the onboarding form and the uploading form. But for the upload form, we input it here and then we put question mark. So that means we want to add fields inside. So that's how we do it. Like when you want something to pre-fill, yeah, that's the right word for it. To pre-fill a form, you need to add so many things there. Like you start from question mark, then the name of the field you want to pre-fill, and then what you want to pre-fill. That means question mark. That means after the form, you put your question mark. Then I want to pre-fill email address is equals to. Then I type in the what I want it to be. So that means name of the email address, which is Franklin Daniel. This I just drag this one here and I drop it is equals to. So we have the form, that's the main form, and then we have the email address. You can question mark before the email address. Then don't forget this email, it has to be the name of the field. If your name of your field is small capital letter E, make sure that it's capital small letter E here. Sorry, I said small capital letter E, sorry. What was that? If your email address is capital letter starting with capital letter E, then make sure that yet is also capital letter E, be small letter E. What I'm trying to say is that whatever field you want to prefill, make sure that it's the exact same thing you're putting. So the question mark email, and then I drag and drop the um, email address, which is I just dragged it here and I dropped it, and that was it. So by the time I execute it, it gives me the personalized link, which is this one here, as you can see. So the next thing I will need to do is create the contact on Airtable. on the HubSpot, sorry, I'm so used to Airtable. So I decided to try HubSpot this time because I know that what I'm about to do is basically one that will fit for HubSpot since it's already a built-in CRM. I don't need to be the one to make the adjustment, which is very for what you are doing. So the first thing is connect your, and how did I do that? I did mine with auth, that's auth authorization, and I just signed in with my Google account. That was how I connected this, as you can see. We have API key and we have token. From what I can see, they said the API support to be removed from 2022. So if you die, you don't guess. I guess that is not working any longer. So the next one should be add token, but I've not figured out how to do that one yet. So I just used the auth to sign in, and that was the best one. That made it easier for me, and I connected my account. So the next thing you need to do is what you are doing is creating a contact. Don't forget, we have different things there. Maybe creating a deal company, but what we are creating right now is a contact. So the email address, or just everything here is the normal drag and drop stuff. And how did I get the email address? This value here, drag it here, and then we're adding the custom properties, which is case type. Case type is criminal defense, drag and drop here. Property, everything that we need to fulfill in the contact list is what we're going to prepare here. By now, the thing I would not be able to execute this step because it would have already created a contact already. If I'm very sure, since the thing ran to the end before. Yeah, as you can see, so as I don't want to do it twice for it. So I'm just going to explain the workflow. And then we have the last reminder sent. Don't forget when I was explaining, last reminder sent is the first time you sent a reminder, then it changes each time the reminder is being sent. So last reminder sent. You create this field in your HubSpot. Like I said, depending on what you want to do, you can create a field in your HubSpot and then set it to whatever type you want. Maybe you want it to be date and all that. So I don't really want to go into deep dive into HubSpot because this is not the lesson for today. So I cannot really explain in details how to, but you can just check it out. If you want me to do a lesson on that, like a short story on that, I'll gladly do that. Well, the next thing we have is property name or ID. That is the reminder count and the value is 0 since this is the first welcome message. So like I said, the welcome message is usually 0. First reminder becomes 1, second reminder becomes 2, third reminder becomes 3, and then you now have the one to Slack. So then the document upload link, this is it here. That means the personalized link, just drag and drop it here. And then we have the first name, the last name, the phone number, and all that. The reason why these are different is because all this comes with the with also once you create the contact, all these are the composite fields that are always there, all this. So while we have the custom, which was the one that I created myself, all these were the one I created myself, that's how we call it custom. And then we have the minimum, which is the which is this. So that's the reason why both of them are looks like they're in different category and all. So that is all for how to create a contact. And then the next thing we need to do is send a message on Gmail. I know for this, you already know how to connect to your Gmail account, you sign into your Gmail account, and that's it. That is through Google. Or if you're using, if you're supposed to, you need to go to Google Cloud to enable it. And actually a little bit of procedure, but it's not that complicated like that. Um, I can't play today. I can't really go into details of how to connect it, but if you're using like the n8n Cloud, all you just need to do is sign in. If you're self-hosting, you need to go to Google Cloud Console to do that, and then you can just follow the steps for that, and you are good to go. So next thing we have is the message. That means the resource we're sending to, and who are we sending to? We're sending to contact. That means the email address of that person. You just drag and drop the email address here, and then the subject of the thing. That is welcome to Daniel. So that is the name of my law firm. Um, Next step for your uh, type, the this field here is the type. That means the case type. So I just drag in the case type here. So that means criminal law case or criminal defense. Yeah, case, and then that is it. So you just drag and drop it. Basically, that's how it is here. And the type is HTML. So all I did was carried what I wanted to do. I gave it to Claude. Okay, I need an HTML for this thing that I want to do. Like know what I wanted to do and what it should contain, and then it sends me the HTML, and that is it. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. By the time I check my Gmail now, I'll be able to see what I'm talking about since we've already done the first one. So let's check our Gmail for that, and then you are good to go. Um, for you to do that, you need to append. If you are in production, you append anything so you can remove anything from showing below, and that is it. So let's check our Gmail address to know. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Daniel's film, and this is it. And then we are good to go. And that is everything you need to know about it. As you can see, it comes out nice, really good to look at, and it looks professional. So when you're constructing yours, make sure there's something that people will see and like, oh yeah, this is good. So now let's go to the next phase, which is going to be onboarding and uploading our documents. So like I said, we already made it a personalized link. So all we just need to do is click on upload documents and take us to the link. It's not going to show your email address as you can see. The email address is not here, even though it's because we made it hidden and prepared. So let's choose three documents that we'll use for this. That's three documents for this. So I'm trying to look for okay. Let's do this. One for this. And the second one. I'm just using a random email. Random document, sorry. And then the third one. I'm not going to choose. I don't want the file to be large. That's why I'm looking for something. So let's say this is the third one. Let's say this is the third one. And then before we click submit, since we're not published yet, we need to go back here and execute workflow. And then now we can click on submit. So I'm sure the thing will run by itself again. So yes, as you can see, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. Um, yes, and everything is done. So let's start from the beginning. You've seen me uploading the form here. And the next thing you need to do is get these documents. You've already uploaded the document, then we need to get them and upload them to Google Drive. So we're going to do it one by one, and then send the Google Drive link to our contact on. So as you can see, it should refresh. Let me refresh it again so you can see the links now. So as you can see, all the links are there now. Everything is filled already, and that's it. So everything is done. So by the time you click on one, it will take you straight to Google Drive and to show you how it looks like. So easy peasy, and that's it. That is it. So back to anything. So we have our form, and next thing we need to do is our HTTP request, which is to get the document in data. So you know the way anything works, everything has to be sequenced. So I could not do everything three at the same time. I have to do it in a sequence and it's one by one by one. So I need to upload this one first. Upload it to Google Drive. Get the second one. Upload it to Google Drive. Get the third one. Upload it. Then three of them, and I uploaded the link at the same time to and now the three of them to the HubSpot at the same time. So the first one is this is the first link here. So I did I drop the first link that is get don't remember we're getting the information, we're not posting, we're not patching, we're not deleting, so we're getting is I want to bring it out. So that's the best way for you to do it. There's so many ways you can actually do though. You can just get the code, you can use any so but this when you have the GST, why go through stress? So we just use HTTP request, it does get this thing and then we don't need the name actually. We just need the URL. So we drop the URL here, and that's the only thing that's the only thing you need actually. Nothing else. I'm not sending any that's going from nothing like that. So by the time we got the information, this is it here, and then you can either download it or whatever you want to do with it. But all we want to do is nothing like that. All we needed was the link for that. So um, it comes in binary form. Like I said, we just need to get the document. And then the next thing we need to do is upload this to Google Drive. You collect your Google Drive. It's still the same process of using the Google Cloud and all that. So um, it's quite like I said, the process is a little bit lengthy. So that is the reason why, pardon me, that is why I cannot really go through this process of that because I know you need to create a project. You need to make sure that you are adding to your user. You need to make sure that it's quite easy, because I think I spent like 10 minutes or 15 minutes doing that process. Yeah. Because I know it got to a part where I got into the computer. I needed to check confirm again. I'm like, okay, yes, that's it. That is why, like I said, pardon me, I can't really go to it. So once you connect to your Google Drive account, your the resources file because we're sending, we're uploading file. So upload, and then this data here, make sure that whatever you put here is the same thing with this one here. Everything that will come here will always data, but in case yours is different and it comes with a different name in this data section here, make sure that what you are putting here is the name that is here. That's the only way it can work. So what's the name of what is the file? So I use the Gmail account plus the title of the file we're uploading. So my Gmail account, that will be Franklin Daniel. And then the government issued ID, that means the purpose of the name of the ID that was submitted. And where are we opening it from? That means from my drive. And I created a folder, like I explained before. How do you create a folder? You just come here and then new folder, and that is it. So if I click on it, the three documents should be there now. As you can see, these are the three documents that we just uploaded for it. And that is all. And you choose the document, and that is everything you need. And you repeat the same thing for the three. After you choose the first one, then we choose the first link the other time. Now we'll do for the second link, or it's three documents that are there. So we have the first link, which is this one here. Not from not from this one. It's going to be from here. So this is the first link, this is the second link, and this is the third link. So all we have to do was drag this second link here, and that was it. We repeated the same process for it too. And the same thing till we want to update on um want to update the record on HubSpot. So how do we update? All this is this. Make sure that the email address that you use to create the account, or that means this email address here. Make sure that it's the same one because it's in the same how that category that is create updates as long as you're using the same email address. Like I said, email address, phone number, and names are one of the most compulsory things. Then the other ones are custom and the one I created myself. So make sure that the email address is the same one as you can see. So it's to know that okay, this record I need to update, this record I need to create, and all that. So if you notice that okay, we don't have this email address, it creates a new contact. But if you notice that okay, we have this email address, then it would now update that record. So the next thing we need to do is input our custom properties. And to add custom properties, add properties, and you go to custom, even though I've chosen custom already. So you just have for custom here, because I've chosen it already. Then by the time you choose custom, then you now add custom property, and then you choose the property that you want to add. These are all my custom properties. So you choose, and I set what I want the value to be. So that was it. So for our ID documents, that is our ID, that is the first link we uploaded. All we have to do is drag the Google Drive link. So you look for it, that is the first one, this is it. And then you go to web view link, and I drag the web view link all the way here, and that is it. So the same thing with the contact document and the document, you go to contact document, and you go to web view link, this one here, and then you drag and drop it here. So that is how that one works. Then the last one would now be, yeah, that is everything. That's everything for the second part. That's everything for the second part, and then you are good to go. So it updates the whole record and everything you need to do, just like I showed you here. This was originally there before, and then what we did was if it repeated the ID, the contact document, the income document, and this document uploading has already been there before from the first one. And then the last reminder sent, which was today. So a reminder count is 0 and the time is completed. So basically this is how the second one works. So you've already gotten all the details. So now the next one is what of if for those that have not gotten the second one. And another thing that I will normally, this was the condition that I've added is once someone has something to do with the document, I also alert the team, which I did not do here. I also alert the team that, oh, this also person has finished something in the document. You can't move to the next stage with this person. So the team members or the team knows that, okay, this phase has been sorted out. So like I said before, that's what I would have done in terms of introduction. And the third one on our list, which is one of the most important one for you, is what if the customer has not um, did not submit? You know, like I said, all our fields are composite. That means all the whole forms are composite. So me just removing one like this basically means that this tool would not have been possible to have uploaded. So I don't know if you get the idea of what I'm saying. Like I just deleted this one and just to show you the third step. But I'm saying that since I deleted this one, normally if the person doesn't submit this to you, you're not able to submit the form. So me deleting this one already fulfills what I want to do. So that means I can only use this field to check if the person has submitted it because as long as the person has not submitted this, that means he would not have submitted this to. So that is the idea behind it. So it's just instead of me looking through the three documents, I just focused on one because as long as one is empty, the others will be empty based on the form field that the three documents are required before you can click on submission. So that's the idea behind it. So the next thing we need to do is today is second. I know it needs to be 3 days. So I'm going to make this 30 and I'm going to make this one. So 30th of last month, that should be like 3 days already. So I know it's yeah. So now I want to check the first one. Like I said, let's assume that the last reminder sent was like 4 days ago. Yeah, this is basically 4 days ago, and that was the first time he sent the welcome email, which is an example. Like I said, this was manually edited, so I can show you how it works. So now let's go back to our n8n workflow, and then you need to be schedule trigger. Before I do that, just a quick summary. We schedule the trigger to 9 a.m. every day. We get all contacts. That means we want to get the whole contacts, and we get many. And what are the information we want from the contact? We want the case type, document upload link, ID document, last reminder set. Now, the reason why we need all this is because we want to update everything. Like this case type always be case type. The document upload link case type. The reason I choose case type because when we're sending the email back, we need to reference this. The document uploaded, we need to reference so the person can click on that link again to upload the document. Then the ID document, they want to check if it is active or not. The last reminder said what we want to use for the switch node to know, okay, does it work or does it not work? Then the reminder count is what we want to maybe 0, 1, 2, or 3 to know maybe the first reminder, second reminder, or third reminder that we're talking about. And then the first and last name is what we'll be using for the email. So basically that's the reason why we need all this information. So if you have other information, let's say adding on, make sure that the information that you're adding, there are more to this, but these are really properties that I require for this next stage. So it's not necessary for me to add other properties when I'm not going to use them. And then the next thing is the switch node, which I'll explain. So let me just run the whole thing. So as you can see, we have the first reminder. It went under the first reminder. That's because notice that oh, it's 3 days, but the count is still 0. So that means we have the first one. So I've explained this to 9 a.m. Get all contacts, and then the situation, which is the most important part. And for this, I did not write this code myself. I just explained to ChatGPT what I wanted to do, and it gave me the code. So Um, let me show you what it does. So it's basically saying that if the document ID, that means that document field is empty. So that means if the document field is empty, let me show you. This is the property, this is the ID document. The value, there's nothing in the value here. As you can see, most values, most of the values, so that means the value is empty. And the count reminder, that means the reminder count is 0. As you can see, is equals to 0, and this is 0. The reminder count is 0. And the date and time, that means the difference of the date and time between um, the last reminder sent. That means, as you can see, the difference between the last reminder sent. If it's greater or equals to 0, that means if it's 3 days and above, like ago, then greater or equals to 3, sorry, uh, um, then it fulfills that condition and brings out true. So I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So we have three conditions here. First one are the ID document has to be empty. Second one is that the reminder count has to be 0. And the third one is that the current date and the last reminder date, the difference between the two of them, has to be 3 days difference and above. So those are the three conditions. So if it meets any of those three conditions, then that means it is true. As you can see, the result is true. To set that, all we just use was our edit node, and that is our set node. Then the the conditions here, and since we are using boolean, so I said boolean is equals to, and then I chose true. So that is basically, and that is really everything the other one works for it. And I set our output name to be first reminder. So that is how that one works for that, the three options for that. And the next option is, the reason I'm changing in this one is that the last reminder count is 1. That's the reason I'm changing. And for the next one, the current reminder count is, the reminder count is 2, the reminder count is 3. That's the reason I'm changing there. So it's showing false here, as you can see, because the reminder count is 0 instead of 1. If this reminder count becomes 1, it changes to true, because the other conditions are the same. The only thing that is changing is the reminder count, and that's what determines whether it's going to, whether it's the first reminder, second reminder, or the third reminder. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. I'll be dropping the JSON file, don't worry. So you'll be able to have an idea of how you can use it, because everything will be there once you download the file, the JSON file. So that makes it much more easier for you, and you don't need to worry about that. So something happens to the third thing, like I said, is the third thing too, and that is all for that. So that is done for that is done for that. So we have the first reminder, second reminder, third reminder, and then we have the last reminder, which is if is 3. So that means if you notice that the reminder is 3, we should now send the message to the Slack team. So if the reminder is 012, that means you begin to send reminder 123. But if the reminder is 3, that means you should send the message to the Slack team. So now we have the first reminder, which is this. I've already explained how to go about this. So I'm just going to show you how it looks like. This is how it looks like. So if I should show you my Gmail now, you would see it. As you can see, this is how it looks like. That is the first one. This is how it looks like. So let's check the second one. Let's make an adjustment to the second one so you can see. And then it updates the record on last one. The last node is update the record on HubSpot. That's the next we're going to do. I'm going to update this record on HubSpot. So like I said, don't forget the email address is very important. That's the email address that determines the updates that is going to create a new update. So we only need to update two field here. That is last reminder sent. Last reminder sent is going to be today's date. That means this the dollar sign now dot format dot year month day. That means the current date. So immediately the thing runs, it inputs the current date. That means the current date, and it changes the reminder count from 0 to 1. So if I check here, then before we change it to 31st, I'm sure if I check it to show back second, let me refresh it. So it should show back 2nd of February. As you can see now it's 2nd of February, and then the reminder count has now become 1. So let's change it again to I'm only going to show 2 examples, and that is it. So since you already understand the logic behind the whole thing. So now let's run it again on n8n. So you can have an idea. I'm not getting to, it's still the same. So let's not choose another example. So it will say to go towards the second reminder now. Yes, I noticed that I needed to change it from it was up to 3 days, so that's the reason why the thing is not run. It's supposed to be 30th, not 31st. So it was up to 3 days yet. That was the reason why I had to change to 30th. So let me run it again so we can see it. So yes, as you can see, it's because it was up 3 days and all that. So from the last reminder, it was up 3 days completed before it will run. So that was the reason why the game stopped in the switch node. I did not continue to that. And like I said, because I'm testing, so that's why I had to start changing the dates so we can see. It's a second reminder. Let me show you how it looks like in the mail. I've explained the whole thing. So let me show you how it looks like. This is it. And then for the third one, let me show you how the difference in how it looks. It becomes red. Just show you how important it is. It changes from blue to red. That means it's very, very important. And then the last one would not be the Slack. That means once it's 3, it changes to, that means you just sign in the normal way, Slack. My next video is going to show you how to use, without using the auth, how you can get your access token, because the access token and its body process is quite long. So you can just sign in using your Google account. That means connect to your account, use your Google account. So that will be the best one for it. And after that, we'll be ready to go. So next operation, you choose your message, then send, then channel. Then from the channel, you choose where you want to send to. We have a lot of lists on the channel, and I just chose the simple text message. Um, that is how it's in. We sent all 3 buckets reminder, but the client service on text. So you just drag and drop the client's name and case. Depending on how you want to design your, so it's different. So I'm just showing you how my own looks like. So let me show you how it is on Slack. Um, as you can see, hiding. But before that, you need to first, as I said, I'll show you my next video is going to be on this. So because it's going to be like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes for me to explain the whole thing. I don't really want to waste too much time since that's not the main focus, like I said. So like you sent all 3 documents, upload the manual, but the client starts submitted the file files, and then you just scroll down, and the name of the client, the family law. So the thing does to check the HubSpot account to get the details and everything, and that is it. So basically, this is how you run the whole thing, and by the time you are through, everything is good to go. There is no issue. You don't have to spend time onboarding and start sending the clients. Oh, you've not sent the document, you're not send them. You let the thing run on autopilot, and then you save time while you're focused on other things. So the only time you get notified, when you notice that something is wrong, is when the person has not played after days. So instead of weeks starting about you only notice it and then start your own phone. So your mind is already on a different thing. Things should be so much connected with work, and this saves you lots of time for companies. So like I said, if you want this file, I'm going to drop it in the link. So all you just need to do is click on it and download it, and you are good to go. I'm going to drop the link there just like I did for the previous video. not for the previous anything video I did. I'm going to show just need to download the file there and you're good to go. And the last one, um, yeah, like I said, I'm going to talk about how to do this in the next video. So don't forget to follow me and subscribe, to like, and also if you have something that you want me to do, or there's any business you want me to do for you, or if there's any automation you want me to do for your business, you can just drop a message in the comment section, or you can just ask for my email address and I'll drop that for you so you can reach me there. So thank you very much for watching the video and do have a lovely day. Thank you.